How's it going, chat? How's it going? I forgot to do the thing. Hello. There we go. Cam cover. I always hide the cam. Yeah, I always hide the cam. Yeah, just you know, just in case I snoobay myself. It's a good habit. I know, right? Yeah, just in case. You don't want to, you never know, like, you never know. You never know. Not saying I would, but like maybe, I don't know, maybe I could I don't know, who knows? You don't know. Where did you go? Alright, so, I don't really have a good answer, but I guess it's a few things, right? It's like the league is winding down now, Gauntlet's around the corner, last epoch's right after that. Everyone's talking about I want to play Power World so bad as well. I haven't played it, but I have installed it. I also installed Enshrouded. I'm living up the variety. I'm getting ready for the variety gaming. I'm pretty keen. I'm gonna cast the Gauntlet 24/7. This DM me the schedule for Thingo. I guess I can show you guys roughly. I think they're usually 3 to 4 hours or so. After, like, I think there's like a longer first day, obviously, because the first like 8 hours or so of the Gauntlet is hectic, right? And then after that, I think it chills out a little bit. The Gauntlet is this Friday, so we only have a few days to go. I will be casting the Gauntlet. This is just gonna do a little announcement video or whatever, but I can pretty much told you guys already, right? All right. Anyway, I'm just gonna jump into some magic find because it's like crack cocaine. I'm not even sure why I'm magic finding anymore. At this point, I'm a billionaire, but I can't stop myself. Yeah, I just like seeing the shiny items at this point. I've achieved everything I set out to achieve except for one build that I really want to play still, but I don't know if I have time. Maybe I'll just magic find the Gauntlet. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I realized I don't need to be so scared. This character is like, it's very fucking tanky. I think I underestimated how tanky I am. How the fuck did you craft your Sceptre? So I crafted this like 2 hours ago. It cost me 40 divines changing the prefix. So I had to do suffixes cannot be changed, veiled chaos 20 times. Which is super unlucky. But the fact that it didn't die, like it hit 6 mods like 3 times. I annulled it. No, it filled 3 times and I annulled it and it didn't brick 3 times in a row. And then the suffixes I just Chaos Orb spammed. Which makes sense because the dot multi and then a good suffix is not that hard to get. The prefix is the hard bit, honestly. Like I saw every single mod more than once except for fire damage. But the fact that it didn't brick makes up for that. But did you not reforge Chaos for the last suffix, by the way? I did that on mine for Chaos Res. That's very smart, actually. I'm already kept Chaos Res, so... That's super smart, though. I should tell you, though, the fire damage rolled like that. Like, it was on there already. I was very happy with the fire damage. That's smart, though, Rag. That is very smart. Can you explain your thought process with the Rise of the Phoenix? So originally people told me to weapon swap to Rise of the Phoenix because it works with your Chieftain Ascendancy, right? Fire res equals cold and lightning res. And so it allows you to maintain your max res while weapon swapped with your cold iron point. But then I had a thought, how good of a Sceptre could you make to compete with a Grey Spire if you're already getting the max res from the Rise of the Phoenix? And it turns out a rare Sceptre like mine is more damage than a Grey Spire. And because it's more damage than a Grey Spire, you actually gain +1 max res, you gain 6 gem sockets, and you also gain like a bit of resistance, and most importantly, there's damage taken as fire. So basically you get more tank, more max res, which allows you to drop Soul of Steel, because this is 3 points and it's very shit. And so you get a ton of extra survivability and damage and utility. Where's the damage coming from? The DPS of this build is from Hinakora's Death's Fury, funnily enough. You know that node that everyone thought would be trash and shit and useless? The whole build is that. Do you have any plans to play Last Epoch on release with Ziz? I'm gonna play Last Epoch, 100%. I don't know, in terms of like league start plans, I haven't decided yet. I know I'm gonna do hardcore. So the question is, am I gonna do hardcore group or hardcore SSF? Is that gap on your life pool a visual bug? Now that is because of Divination Distillate. So the mechanic there is that your only way to recover this is with a life flask, correct? And so the only life flask I have is Divination Distillate. And so basically Leech and Regen won't recover this, only Divination Distillate does. And as long as the gap is big enough, Divination Distillate won't end. So as long as I am spending some life, my Divination Distillate will be up. With like X-Mouse and everything. Oh dude, what the fuck is this? Dude, they've like mishmashed into two... Oh no. Snoobay video, the title is golden. Wait, what do you mean Snoobay video? Snoo does a 13k wisp juice mat while standing. No matter how hard you look, you'll never see me coming. Is this just a loop? Is this just a loop? I stand for Snoobay. There it is! With fucking AoE on the small! Yo, with int! With int! Yo, I'm divining that. Yo, Zai, you can't stop me. Alright, that's a big one. That's a fucking big boy. That is a sizable lad. No! 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 It's going too fast! Oh, I felt awful. Oh fuck, that's what that feels like, huh? And the worst part is, I barely even feel like I fucked up. Because you have, like, if you have to roll an item 1,000 fucking times, 1,000 fucking times, of course you're gonna roll over it occasionally. Like holy shit, you know, like oh no, I rolled over the 1 in 1,000 chance. Oh wow, that was not expected at all. Like fucking hell, dude. My definition of hell, chat, right, is you're locked in a room and you have to alt roll like Tailwind or a fucking Cluster Jewel. And every single time you roll the mod that you're trying to hit, you accidentally double click. That's hell. That is hell. That is torture. Wait. Oh, you're saying I didn't roll over it? I didn't roll over it. Wait, you did roll over it? Oh, I did roll over it. I did roll over it. Why you make me sad twice? Why you make me sad twice? What kind of sick fucking joke is this? That's fucked up. That's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. What the fuck? Apparently in my version of hell, I'm also trapped in the room with Twitch chat. No. Oh. Oh, and it's good too. It's over, Master Frodo. It's over now. It's over. Alrighty. So wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just gained like a ridiculous amount of AoE and damage. Can you explain what happened with this helmet? Oh, you want me to explain how to craft this helmet? This is actually a very fun craft and it's very easy. It takes 2 seconds to craft. I'll show you. So for starters, you are going to want a fractured suffix. Now you have 2 options: Chaos Res, which I kind of need because of Mage Blood, or Rarity. I'm going to show you the Rarity helmet because the Rarity helmet is the one that most people are going to want to have. So you need to start with Rarity suffix Fractured. So let me just like make it a perfect roll. Now the base does not matter on this build. Evasion, energy shield, and armor are useless. So you might get baited into picking a lion pelt or like a Bergonet or a hubris, all useless. Yeah, I wouldn't even go for a high dex base because it kind of bricks your build, or high int. But yeah, anyway, point is, base itself, like defense wise, nothing matters. Doesn't matter. Basically, you just roll it with greed essences. Where is it? You roll it with greed essences. I actually went big dick and went for, what do you call it? Deafening. But, you know, shrieking or screaming is totally fine. And what you're looking for is the essence life with rarity. Now, remember, you can craft on a stat, right? And then exalt and then annul if you really cared. So, for example, I could just craft on, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. I can just craft on Dex here, and then Exalt to try to hit the rarity mod. That's actually how I hit mine, so that is actually valid. But otherwise, you're just basically spamming till you get that rarity prefix roll. So you're just gonna keep going at it. You see I got tier 2. Now you could settle on that, but I went for tier 1, so. Now on average, this should take you, I believe I mean, I can just show you, but I believe it was 20 something tries. If you Essence of Greed, for tier 1 rarity, it is 28 essences. So it's actually not too bad at all. Obviously RNG and everything, but... So, from here you would have to annul as well. Bricked. Let's just pretend like I didn't brick 5 times in a row, and we hit the evasion off. So once you've got the rarity and the life mod isolated, you do prefixes cannot be changed. Well, or you could do Eldritch Currency, but I did prefixes cannot be changed in Scour. Then you multi-mod, Business Fire, and Rarity. And now this is where the cool tech comes into play. So, obviously I have an extra mod here. So how do you get rid of the meta mod craft, right? Well, if you make it blue juice, right? And then you Eldritch Annul, it can only remove the meta mod and the crafted mod. And so if you remove the meta mod, you win. Now you can exalt it and you're good to go, right? But let's say you don't remove, let's say you remove the other mod, you can then just put it back on, right? You can just literally recraft rarity back on. And so you can keep doing this until it works. Then you exalt, and well, I got suppression. This would probably be what you would want. But what's really cool about this is, let's say I don't want suppression. I can keep annulling, because I can always, like, let's say I remove the wrong mod, because obviously I would want to remove the suppression, right? But let's say, oh, Verity is, this is what I want, by the way, I want in. But let's say you annul off the wrong craft, right? You can just recraft it. You do prefixes cannot be changed, Scour, and then you multi-mod again, and you just do it again, right? And so you can deterministically, very expensively, craft on that last mod until you get it. It's just very expensive, but pretty cool tech, right? And for the record, I did this like maybe 5 times, because you can just keep going. Like I said, you just keep going. You know, you just exalt, annul, you know, you just keep going and going and going until eventually you get some big dick shit. I ended up getting tier 1 res, and I decided that that was acceptable. You know, because it's regen, minus 50 divines. I think the average cost to craft this helmet is only a few divine orbs, really. It's not very expensive. It gets expensive to make like a really good one. So, this character is now level 100. It hit 100 in like less than 2 days. I've obviously been playing a fair bit at level 100 already. But it was a crazy fast 100, obviously, thanks to the magic find. Now, compared to before, the main updates, as you might have noticed, we are no longer using a staff. We dropped the staff. First of all, we weapon swapped to Rise of the Phoenix, which made me think to myself, if I'm weapon swapping to Rise of the Phoenix, then defensively, it's no weaker. In fact, it's stronger than the Grey Spire, right? Because it's +5 instead of +4, thanks to Chieftain's Valakos Storm's Embrace, right? Now, this actually means you're not gaining 4 max rays, you're gaining 5. So you actually get to drop Soul of Steel, which saves you 3 points. On top of that, and this is the really big thing, this is a piece of shit. You can corrupt 100,000 of these. These drop like candy when you're magic finding, right? And so as you might have noticed, I have perfect 8% corruptions. I kept going until I hit 8%, by the way. I didn't just stop when I hit 6 or 7. I vowed like 500 of these because they just drop like 20 in every map, right? And so this gives you that extra little bit of phase damage taken as Ellie, which makes you literally able to tank an Uber Shaper Slam. This character can tank an Uber Shaper Slam. And if you have been following this character from before, you'll know that if I can tank 1 Shaper Slam, I can tank infinity Shaper Slams. Show us, I'm too much of a wuss to do that. But it works in PoB. It works in PoB, dude. Nah, it works in PoB. That's good enough. That's good enough, chat. That's good enough. Anyway, so you also gain a bunch of regen. So now I have nearly 1300 life regen as well, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, in terms of the big change that facilitated this, it's the weapon. Now, this weapon, as it stands, is probably like 5% more damage. But if you get like tier 1 fractured dot multi and fire dot multi with tier 1 burning damage, like if you get like a really primo Sceptre, it's something like 25% more DPS over the staff. The big point though that I'm trying to make is this is more damage. Even this like mid-tier Sceptre that I found in Bro SF, this is more damage than the Grey Spire, I believe. And like I said, with perfect rolls, it's a lot better. This also frees up some ignite chance thanks to the Veiled chance to ignite, which actually means I get probably a bit more damage, like another like 5% or so, because I can respec into things like fire dot multi. I can even potentially drop these nodes. I've opted to keep them because even though you get dot multi over here, the ignite duration is just nice. It's just really nice. Now, this is another big change I made. You may have noticed, thanks to being level 100 and some min-maxing along the way, I have 2 cluster jewel setups. So what I ended up gaining is I now have 4 of these clusters. Now this one's not rolled yet. Arguably I might just keep this, but I now have 4 asset dominance, which is 4 towering threats. So now I get 40% AoE from my towering threats, and I get 100% from assert dominance. So my AoE now, chat, is like, it's like giga. I'm also trying to get veiled AoE on the gloves. That would also potentially allow me to replace my auras and my gold worm, so I can get another suppression, another corruption, maybe like movement speed or life. There's also one more final big upgrade that I'm trying to get, and this is kind of copium and kind of not that needed, but I'm trying to conflict orb the ignite prolif from 1.2. I think it goes all the way to 1.7 if I'm not mistaken. And that will give me, I mean, that my AoE is just gonna be stupid then. Like, now, do you need this? No, you don't need any of this. Like, the basic bare bones version of this character is 1 divine or something like that. It's very cheap, but this character prints so much money, even in an SSF environment, that it's like, I think I spent 30 divines divining this to perfect, and I still have 143 divines, and I'll just keep spending currency because like that's what it's there for. It just prints so much money, like it's making like hundreds of divines a day. And I'm having fun, and I don't even have to play like 24-hour sweaty sessions. You do like 5 hours of juice mapping and you make 100 divines or something. It's stupid. But yeah, like I said, this character is fucking 10 out of 10. This character in many ways is like my pinnacle character. I didn't think it would be. Whoever said I would enjoy this character, you were right. I love this build. This build's insane.